Siinä ei näin.
Gentlemen, ladies, there are ladies present, gentlemen, so please behave yourselves. So here we have the coaching team, Lars and Heimir, and our captain, Aron. So please fire away with your questions. I'll offer the floor to Al Jazeera. Feel like the first one with us.
Mr. Lagerback, thanks for this answer. Can I ask you on the importance again of this game? You're coaching in a small country. Many says if they qualify for the World Cup, this is the smallest nation ever to qualify for the World Cup. Giving this information, how are you building up for this very important game? Thank you.
Yeah, I can't say we're doing anything special outside what we have done for other doubleheaders. Of course, we emphasize that it's about 2 games. You have the away goal, so these things are of course important for the players to be aware of. So I mean, when you start at home, I think it's really important that if we could keep a clean sheet, for instance. But otherwise, we try to prepare ourselves as we normally do for a doubleheader.
Everybody fit to play?
Yeah, everybody trained today, so everybody is 100%. We have no problems with that.
Trained indoors today? Or did you train outside like Croatia?
Yeah, it's. I mean, we took that decision when we knew it was going to rain more and more, and also blowing a stronger wind. We thought it was better to do it indoor. It's more calm, and we can talk easier with each other. Even if some players prefer to do it outdoor, but it's different meanings in the squad. So we had a dialogue with them, of course, but we decided to go for it indoor.
And to be polite and give the Croatian the pitch.
Yes.
A little bit.
What's your biggest concern going into this?
I don't know if it's any special concerns. I mean, what is important for us is that we can really do a good game. I mean, what we're doing both when it comes to the offensive part and the defensive part. So I don't think it's any special concerns. If you look upon the preparation, of course, we had to talk a lot, Heimir and myself, about, as we had one player suspended who normally starts all the matches. So that maybe was a little bit of a concern, but when you have decided, so then it's just to go for it. So it's nothing special. Then of course we have to look into what is most important in our game. If we look upon the strengths and weaknesses that Croatia have, if they have any weaknesses, I don't know.
So if I understand you right, you have picked the one who is playing right back, but have you informed the player?
The players don't know the start 11 yet, no.
What criteria have you used to pick the right back?
Yeah, we want someone that we know can adapt very quickly into that position, as we have used Birki now for, I think it's all matches from start, yeah. So that's of course really important that he understand the role and the way we want to play with the fullbacks. So that of course one important. Then of course he had to have the skills both to, as we want the fullbacks to go forward, we want him to be able to attack as much as possible. But most important is of course that he can defend well and understand the way we want to play when we're defending.
How will the condition of the pitch affect your tactical views going into the game?
Yeah, we really don't know how good it will be, but I mean it's very simple. I think it's all for all teams that if the pitch is not that good when we warm up, the players will be aware of. We have to play maybe a little bit more simple. Don't take any risks. When you build up on your own half, it's a very bad pitch. But so I think you can ask Aron. I think all players today are used to adapt to how the pitch is.
Can you talk a little bit about
the importance of the game for you and the players?
Yeah, better Aron talk for the players, but for me, of course, it's important. I mean, this is what we have worked for now for 2 years to try to go to the World Cup finals. So now we are there and we have 2 decisive games, so we have a chance to go there. So it's, of course, you can say that the first game was equally important, but then you have a chance to repair it. Now we don't have a chance to repair a bad result. So in that way, it's even more important, of course.
How have your expectations changed from when you first took the job? I mean, what did you expect at that point? And, are you even surprised that you're in this position now?
No, I'm definitely not surprised. When Heimir and I met and started to work together, we talked about this and we put up a kind of a goal that we thought that we had a realistic chance to be among the top 2 teams in this qualification, because when we went through the squad and you have a basic group of players who went to the finals with the under-21, I knew it was a group of really good young players, but still with a lot of experience, and then mix that with some of the older. So I think that as long as we have all our best players fit and playing in their clubs, we have a rather good national team. Otherwise, we hadn't picked 17 points in the qualification. So I think it was a realistic chance when we started.
Do you expect a very tight game tomorrow or an open game? Fewer mistakes wins the game?
It's very difficult to say as they had a new coach, even if we know a little bit about him from his year with the under-21, and also I think when you look upon young coaches coming from a good career as a player, you can always read a little bit in it, but it's very difficult to say how he will approach the game, if they will be very aggressive or if they will be very, very defensively. I mean, that's the question that is very difficult to answer, but I expect that they will be very, very disciplined and concentrated, as I know Croatian team can be when they are away. So I don't think you will see 8 players coming forward all the time. So I think they will balance the team well. But that's also always in these kind of games that the players has to be prepared that if they play very aggressively, we play our way if we meet that type of opponents, and if they play another way, we should adapt to that too.
What do you regard as the biggest threat of the Croatian team?
Yeah, I think in general they have a good team, but of course you have some really good players there. I mean, you have a good goal scorer in Mandzukic, you have several good players on the midfield playing in good clubs. You have Sarna with his right foot, he's always a threat. So it's a lot of good players in the team.
Do you think Eiður Guðjónsson is ready to start 2 games in this space of days?
Yeah, I think he is. I mean, he played at least a little bit now the last game, so I think that all in the squad can start 2 matches. And I mean, what he did the last doubleheaders, it looks rather good, even if we took him off from the game. So you can never say that in forehand. I mean, we have to see what will happen in the first match, if he will play, how much he will play, and so on. And then after that, we know how he feels, and we can take a decision. That goes for all players.
If Iceland would reach the World Cup, would you consider that as your biggest accomplishment in football?
I will put it a little bit special because, as I said many times now, that it doesn't matter when you go to the World Cup with any team. I mean, it's what you're working for if you're working with the national team, and that is really big. But it's a little bit special, of course. We're going out in this qualification as underdogs. We are aware of we are a small country. So in that way, it's of course a little bit special when I don't think anyone except maybe the players and we in the staff expecting us to be here and have a chance. So in that way, it would be really, really special, in my opinion.
What did you make of the comments from Ragnar Sigurðsson, who the Croatian media took about Mario Mandzukic?
I don't know what he said.
He didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
He was not particularly happy with that.
I mean, you always have a bit of a trash talk. I'm sure that I haven't asked Ragnar, but I'm sure he knows who Mandzukic is. Otherwise, he shouldn't be in the squad because he had a good lecture from Heimir when he went through the Croatian team. So I suppose it's a little bit of trash talk only, if you would call it humor.
So you think he didn't mean anything by just like a little bit of a banter or something like that?
In that case, he slept when Heimir had, or if he didn't say it before, Heimir had the presentation of the Croatian team. So.
This was before.
Sorry,
It was before.
it was before. Okay.
Obviously, it's probably the biggest game for the senior side in history, but do you think the experience of the players from the finals of the under-21 tournament and of course big games with the clubs will help them mentally for these big games?
Yeah, I mean, my experience from these players are that when it comes to character and attitude, it's never been a problem. I mean, you can see the results that we have when we're playing away. That could be a little bit more. You have to have a really right attitude and character. So I don't think that is any problem with these players. The only risk I think is that, as I said before, is that you want so much you get over ambitious and maybe don't play with your brain or play the way we want to play, so you want to do too much. That's something I've experienced earlier with other teams sometimes when it comes to decisive matches. But I mean, as these guys have played the last 45 minutes we played, I mean, it's been excellent in my opinion. So I think the trend is positive for us. So I don't think they will overdo it in any way in this game. I would be surprised then.
Question for the captain. The last time Iceland was world news was not for the best reasons, for the financial crisis and stuff. But can you explain what this game means for the people in Iceland?
It will. People will obviously notice everything about it. I mean, football is the biggest sport in the world at the moment, and it will put us on the map, and people will notice us a bit more. But we are here, and we've done well to get here, so we just have to keep going and hopefully make the country proud.
Do you feel that the people are proud?
Oh yeah, we've noticed that. People stop us and want to speak to us, and they want to obviously give us their praises and good luck for the game. And you notice things like that. Obviously, it's brilliant. I'm enjoying it, and but the main thing is that we focus on ourselves and obviously play our game. And you never know what happens.
Aaron, can I ask you, given the fact the importance of this game, how are you preparing psychologically and mentally for such an important game?
I think just what Lars was saying earlier. I think we're all focusing on ourselves, nothing else really. We know what we are capable of, and we're going to play against a good team on tomorrow. So it'll be a hard game, but we're mainly focusing on ourselves and just play our game.
Do you feel that you are under kind of any pressure that you have to qualify for the World Cup, or the fact that you are never been there makes a little bit less pressure on your shoulders?
We can feel a little bit, but it's not. I don't want to compare it to obviously Croatia because they're under a lot of pressure. They're coming here. Their country is expecting them to win. So. But for us, I mean, it's our first time we've been in the playoffs, and it's the first time we've been so close. But hopefully we'll follow through and get there. But we're going to have to play in 2 games, and it's going to be hard games.
You and a big part of the Icelandic team went to playoffs against Scotland for Euro under-21. Do you think that experience will help you now?
Hopefully, we've obviously got the experience from that game, but that was under 21, and it was a little bit different. I mean, it's much more media about this and more hype, we feel. But the game is it's the same. It's 2 legs and home and away. We did that well last time against Scotland, and we got through. So hopefully we'll do it again.
I think most of you guys have. People are talking about the advantage of the weather and the conditions, but I mean, you and most of the guys have been playing abroad for so many years that you hardly remember, or maybe you from the northern part of the country, but how do you think that will affect the game?
We're used to all kinds. I mean, their team as well. A lot of their players are playing in the same country as few of us, and so they should be used to same kind of weather as us, because we basically all of us have sort of, as a teenagers we went to the foreign country and we started training there and playing there. So, but it's not going to be advantage to anyone really if it's going to be windy and that, because I think both teams want to play football and play it on the ground, but we just have to wait and see.
Besides playing in England, you're used to shitty weather.
In Welsh, yeah. Yeah.
Really? Anyone else? Thank you. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen and lady. Ja, bara